I'm Megan Fox, and they are going to force me to watch all of my old movie clips and interviews. I just got sick to my stomach. Okay. I just got nervous. It's coming. Oh.
Excuse me. Oh, were you in line? Brianna Wallace. Messages, please.
I'm dying.
Wallace, and how is your father today?
In the casino. Wondering why this is taking so long?
Oh, kill me. Just kill me. Why are you doing this to me? Just smother me or something. I don't need to ever see it again. But look at what they've gone on to do. I mean, that's amazing what they've done creating those fashion brands. Icons. But no, I haven't talked to them since then. And that was, what was I, 14? So almost 20 years ago. Crazy. I'm so athletic. I'm glad you didn't make me watch the dialogue scenes. That was one of the first things I did. It's a shame that these things survived long enough to see the dawn of the internet, because had it, like, it would be nice if they had, it had eclipsed. Like, the internet was born, but these things had sort of fallen away and no one could find them. But here we are. I did an interview. I don't remember.
Megan, right here in the middle, please.
Oh, I do remember this.
Congratulations.
Oh!
It is. Thank you so much. How you feel being on the red carpet? Good.
No, please don't make me listen to myself. What am I talking about? That's David. That was my first boyfriend. Hi, David Gallagher. How are you? I liked him very much. Very sweet boy. Let's talk about David. What am I wearing? What is that necklace? Look at my hair and makeup. It's so bad.
I don't think so, right?
No.
Right. Not at all. Do you think you could get used to the dress?
I mean, I still talk like that, which is the scary thing. I haven't grown up, like, at all. I don't sound more mature or womanly at all.
I've been pretty picky about my roles. I don't want to get, typecast into anything, so
I'm really picky about my roles. I don't want to get typecast. Cut to 15 years later.
you have a lot of bullying like you did,
I don't even have an agent yet, I don't
high
think.
school. Actually, I was the victim of a lot of bullying, yes.
How long is this gonna go on? This is so long! You can't show this on the show. Enough. Look at my eyebrows. What in Jesus' name? Where were my eyebrows?
Happy with who you are, and that's all that matters.
I don't know what I was talking about. I guess at that time, though, I was already aware of whatever work I had done up until that point. I was always the mean girl. I guess that's what I was talking about. I still play those characters often, so it's not like I avoid playing those characters, but all in all, that wasn't too brutal to watch. It was okay. I lived through that one. What's the next one?
Here's the Thanksgiving we spent with you in Los Angeles.
Oh, this is the episode that Brian was in. This is where I met Brian.
Ooh, who's that hot guy?
Oh, that's Brian.
Is Brian Austin Green.
From Beverly Hills 90210?
We dated. Briefly.
Yeah, that was the episode that Brian was on. I met Brian. He recently did an interview and they were saying that I was 17, and that's not true.
Fair enough.
I turned 18 in May, and that was filmed in October. I remember specifically. So I was already 18 when I met him. And yeah, I just was kind of in love with him right away. And he did this thing where he came to the dressing room and he gave his number out to everyone in case anyone needed to call him at some point, but he was giving it to me. Like, I knew he was giving me his number. And my sister was with me, and she was like, because my sister's older, she's 12 years older. She actually watched 90210. I was too young for it. And she was like, you're not going to be anything but a booty call. And this is our 10th year of marriage and our 15th year together. So we see how that worked out. I'm nobody's booty call. Okay. Oy, this could go all kinds of ways. That's the first time I've ever done anything like that. Sat and done a junket, and they put me with him, thankfully, because I love him. He's one of my favorite people that I've ever known, and he makes it a lot of fun. And we have a really good chemistry. You can tell, that's how every interview went. I miss him. I miss my Shyla.
Were you ever a fan of the Transformers? Or
The movie came out in 86. The series was on in 84. I was born in 86, so I missed the Transformers craze. But I was a big Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles fan.
Loved those movies, and when I booked that movie, I met with the director and producers, and I stayed for 5 hours on Valentine's Day to express how excited I was to be a part of that. And then when I finally got the call that it was going to happen, it was going through, I danced. I was really excited about it because I loved the Ninja Turtles growing up. We made 2 of them. The second movie we made, I really loved, and I'm actually excited to show that to my kids. They're only allowed to watch movies with us as a family, but I think when the youngest one is old enough to understand that I'm not being kidnapped by a ninja, that it's all pretend, then I'll probably show them. But, okay.
A lot of guys are kind of obsessed with it.
I don't know why. Those were always the questions. And I don't know, how are you supposed to answer a question like that, you know? There's no real way to answer someone who keeps asking you, like, guys are obsessed with you. Guys like your body. Like, what am I supposed to say? Thank you. Oh my God, thank you. Like, I really work out a lot, so I'm like super happy about it. I deserve it. I'm not offended if someone were to say, hey, people think you're sexy. I don't think there's anything wrong with being sexy. It's just the problem that that part was so loud that it muted out the rest of who I was, and has continued to, even now I'm 33. So that was just not a tool I had in my tool belt. I wasn't like, oh, I was smart. I knew that I was funny. I knew that I was strange, but in a good way. And those are all things that I thought were my strengths. Those were things, that's who I was. And then all of a sudden, I was none of those things. I was supposed to just be a sexy girl, or the prettiest girl, or the most beautiful, which is the most burdensome title to have to carry around, especially when you don't feel that way about yourself, because you feel like eventually people are going to figure out that this is not true. Like, I know it's not true right now, but the shoe's going to drop at some point. And then what? What am I valued for? I'm valued for this thing, which is a farce.